Guys, today we're going to be teaching you how to replace the spark plugs and the air filter on a 2013 Ford Fusion Hybrid Titanium. Here's your part numbers. I prefer to use Ford Motorcraft on Ford. There's your part numbers. Pause it if you need to. You'll need a ratchet, a 8mm deep socket, a magnetic 5/8 spark plug socket, a 7mm socket, and an extension. And that should be it. Yes, so here we go. We'll get right into it. Alright guys, so to get started, if you're going to do the spark plugs on your Fusion, you might as well do the air filter because you have to take it off anyways. So right here is your air filter box. Mine takes this one, this style, with the little open thing. It's really weird looking. It's a 8mm screw. You have 4 8mm screws to start. We're gonna get that taken off real quick for you. Now you do need to be careful when you're doing this because you do have your hybrid stuff right here and you don't want to mess with any of that. It can shock you, but you shouldn't have anything to worry about. It's not a task that you should really worry about. Just try not to bump anything right here or mess with anything on this end. And that is what your air filter area should look like if it's the same as mine. It's not too bad. Genuinely, I'd blow that out and let it run, but I already went ahead and bought one, so I'm not too worried about it. But now you have to remove this cover. Then you have a 7mm bolt here, a 7mm bolt there. Okay, so now it should pop up just like that. Take this off. Bam. Comes up like that. Right underneath here is your spark plugs. I want to remove this right here. It just kind of sits over that. And you're going to want a 8mm long to go in there. And this is what that screw will look like. Pull out your injector. Then you're going to want to figure out which size, which I'll figure out for you here on video, which size spark plug socket you need. That one. I'll show you in 1 second. And one thing that will always help is if you get a magnetic spark plug socket. When you're doing this, it is worth the extra money.
What's that?
Magnetic spark plug socket. Okay, we're using Ford Motor Company spark plugs. Personally, I feel a Ford's going to run better using Ford product. So I will take my spark plug gap tool, measure to where this spark plug is without gapping it. We're looking right there at 51, 52. So then, put the old one in here, so that way you don't confuse them. And you'll gap it to that. See how tight that is? Mm-hmm. Almost there. So then you always want to hand start your spark plugs for sure, whether you're using a regular ratchet or an electric ratchet, just to be on the safe side. Go in the hole and just hand turn it a couple times. And then once you're tight, one good for snug. Put the boot back on, swap these. Put your screw back in. That way you do one at a time so you don't mix anything up and you don't have to risk it. It is a 5/8 spark plug socket, magnetic. 5/8 magnetic spark plug socket. Yeah, it smells like gas.
Alright, now that your spark plugs are changed and you're putting the plastic piece back on,
you don't get this hung there. There. Make sure all these tubes and hoses are fully connected, because you don't want to be going on the road and it start throwing all kinds of lights and check engine stuff, air codes.
I want to push that over some more.
And then you want to take these bolts and screw them back in to here and there.
Okay, now that you have it all together, I already stuck it in, but you'll take it out of the box and it'll come out like this. So you flip it over and you kind of just gently press it. Just gently press it in. And then
you'll screw in your 4 8mm.
You line up everything, and then you screw back in your 4 8mm bolts.
But the most important thing when you're doing anything like this is just to stay hydrated. And that is how you do spark plugs and a air filter on a 2013 Ford Fusion Hybrid.